The Europa League Quarter Finals this year are very intriguing. Some may even argue that they're more exciting than the Champions League Quarter Finals. An all-Italian matchup between AC Milan and Roma. Then we have Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen taking on West Ham United. Benfica is trying to break the Bella Gutman curse, but they have to get by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who's been in incredible form, and Marseille. And finally, what it seems to be Jurgen Klopp's last year at the helm of Liverpool, they have to take on Atalanta. So who will win the Europa League out of those last 8 remaining clubs? Well, today we're not going to crown one winner of the Europa League, but actually 5 winners, because we're simming the Europa League quarterfinals 5 times on FC24. Could West Ham United actually beat Bayer Leverkusen over 2 legs if they were given more than one opportunity? Or maybe, like I mentioned before, Benfica can break the Bella Gutman curse and win a major European trophy. So let's get into it. We're simming the Europa League quarterfinals 5 times, but of course, before we go any further, please, of course, if you do enjoy the content, hit the like button for me. If you're new around here, welcome to Tsar FC. Please hit the subscribe button with a little noti bell. And of course, if you have any other cool ideas that you want to see on the channel, please comment them down below, because this is an idea from you guys. I wasn't going to do the Europa League. We did the Champions League quarterfinals 5 times, but then you guys suggested overwhelmingly in the comments that we do the Europa League as well. So here we go. Let's go. All right, sim number 1, AC Milan versus Roma over 2 legs, and it was an Italian club that won it. It was not Roma. It was AC Milan. 5-1 on aggregate. Roma got absolutely smashed in sim number 1, so they're out in the quarterfinals. AC Milan is in the semis. Quarterfinal number 2, Bayer Leverkusen versus West Ham United. Can West Ham United take care of Bayer Leverkusen? Can they beat them? Can they stop their unbeaten run? Well, in sim number 1, they couldn't. In fact, West Ham United couldn't even score a goal over the course of 2 legs. 4-0 on aggregate, 2-0 and 2-0. Bayer Leverkusen probably the heavier favorite in this matchup. As good as West Ham has been, Bayer Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso are just better. Now we go to the other side of the bracket for sim number 1, quarterfinal number 3, Benfica versus Marseille. Can Benfica continue their journey? And the answer is yes, they can. They actually lost the first one 2-1, but then they won the second leg 3-1. So the aggregate of 4-3, Benfica into the last 4. And the last quarterfinal of sim number 1, Liverpool the heavy favorite against Atalanta. The aggregate 5-3 for Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool. It was actually closer than I expected it to be honest with you. 4-2 in the first leg, 1-1 in the second leg. Liverpool versus Benfica as the other semi-final. Semi-final 1 of sim 1, it's a big one. It is AC Milan versus Bayer Leverkusen. Can Bayer Leverkusen continue their unbeaten journey? 5-2 on aggregate for AC Milan. Unbelievable. 3-0 in the first leg, 2-2 in the second leg. Bayer Leverkusen finally lose in the semi-finals. AC Milan is going to our sim 1 Europa League final. But who will AC Milan face? Liverpool or Benfica? 3-1 on aggregate for the favorites, Liverpool. Benfica's curse continues. Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp, they are going to the Europa League final in sim number 1. All right, who wins this final? Liverpool versus AC Milan. We're gonna do it at Wembley Stadium, by the way, guys. I know it's supposed to be in Dublin, but we don't have that stadium in the game, so we're just gonna do it at Wembley, where the Champions League final is gonna be. Hope that's okay with you. How do you feel about this final, Liverpool versus AC Milan? I think it would be tasty. I think I would prefer Liverpool versus Bayer Leverkusen, or maybe some sort of like underdog story going in there, because Liverpool and Bayer Leverkusen are both heavily favorites, and AC Milan is probably like the 3rd favorite to go as far as possible in this competition. Let's see what happens in this final. Who wins it? Liverpool, Dominic Szoboszlai and Darwin, and Salah missed the penalty in the 21st minute. Giroud got one back late in the 73rd. Sim number 1, your Europa League champions are Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool. Sim number 2, we're again starting with Roma versus AC Milan. Roma lost in the first one, but they didn't lose this one. In sim number 2, Roma pulls it off. 3-2 in the first leg, 1-1 in the second leg, 4-3 on aggregate. Milan is eliminated, so we're already gonna have a completely different final because AC Milan is gone. Roma is going to the semifinals. Quarterfinal number 2 of sim number 2, West Ham versus Bayer Leverkusen. Can West Ham do the same thing as Roma did to AC Milan, but this time to Bayer Leverkusen? Very unlikely, but they did it. 4-3 on aggregate. 1-0 West Ham won the first leg, 3-3 in the second leg. Bayer Leverkusen is eliminated in the quarterfinals in sim number 2, so our first semifinal is completely different. It's going to be West Ham versus Roma. And in quarterfinal number 3, Marseille got by Benfica 4-2 on aggregate. 2-0 in the first leg, 2-2 the second leg. So the 3 semifinalists are all completely different from sim number 1. But Liverpool does not lose to Atalanta in sim number 2, guys. Atalanta Atalanta is 0-2 against Liverpool. Liverpool is going to the semifinals. So we have West Ham United versus Roma on one side, while Marseille and Liverpool will face off on the other side. Semifinal number 1 of sim number 2, West Ham versus Roma, 4-2 on aggregate. West Ham is going to another European final in sim number 2. They knocked out Roma as well after taking care of Bayer Leverkusen. Unbelievable. Is the Europa League going to have an all-English final? Liverpool's gotta beat Marseille, and they did just that. An all-English final in sim number 2 of the Europa League. 6-3 on aggregate, 3-2 in the second leg. So our final of the Europa League in the second sim, it is Liverpool versus West Ham United. All right, we're at Wembley Stadium. Liverpool versus West Ham, an all-English affair, an all-English final. Who is taking it down? Will it be Jurgen Klopp again? It will be. 3-0. Oh my. 3-0. Trent scores, Darwin scores, Luis Diaz score. Liverpool are back-to-back champions in sim number 1 and in sim number 2. It was kind of nice to see West Ham go to another final. The start of sim number 3, can Liverpool repeat as Europa League champions 3 sims in a row? Well, we're going to start with Roma versus AC Milan, where it is tied 1-1. AC Milan won the first one, Roma won the second one, and the third one, it was 5-3 on aggregate, and it went to AC Milan. AC Milan, they are again going to the semifinals. Quarterfinal number 2 of sim number 3, Bayer Leverkusen versus West Ham United. West Ham pulled off a miraculous upset in sim number 2 and went all the way to the final. Can Bayer Leverkusen take control once again? The answer is yes. 5-3 on aggregate. Bayer Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso are going back to the semifinals, and we will have the same semifinal as sim number 1. It will be Bayer Leverkusen versus AC Milan. Marseille versus Benfica of sim number 3. I think this is like a coin toss, really. It's going to be a very, very competitive match over 2 legs. 4-3 on aggregate in sim number 3 for Marseille. Benfica are eliminated once again, and the curse continues. Marseille into the last 4. And quarterfinal number 4 of sim number 3, Atalanta versus Liverpool. It's just not happening for Atalanta, is it? 6-3 on aggregate. They got absolutely rocked once again. They are 0-3 against Liverpool. Liverpool is going back to the semifinals. Semifinal number 1 of sim number 3, Bayer Leverkusen versus AC Milan. Can Bayer Leverkusen beat AC Milan this time around? Very, very close matchup over 2 legs. 5-4 on aggregate for AC Milan once again. Bayer Leverkusen and Xabi cannot get by AC Milan for some reason. AC Milan is again going to a final. And who will face AC Milan in the sim 3 Europa League final? Liverpool or Marseille? It will be Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. 3-1 on aggregate. That side of the bracket, I feel like Liverpool is just in charge. They are definitely the favorites out of those 4 clubs. All right, we're at Wembley Stadium once again. A repeat final of sim number 1, AC Milan versus Liverpool. Can AC Milan pull it off this time? Let's find out. Who takes it down? Liverpool wins it once again. It was close. Darwin, Gabia, Mo Salah in the 94th minute in extra time. That is 3 Europa League titles in a row for Liverpool. They faced off AC Milan twice and beat them, and they beat West Ham as well. And although I'm impressed with Liverpool's performance, I'm extremely disappointed in Bayer Leverkusen's performance. They haven't gotten to a single final yet. All right, sim number 4. We're going back again to AC Milan versus Roma. 2-3 on aggregate for AC Milan. AC Milan just has Roma's number. It is 3-1 for AC Milan versus Roma now over 4 sims. AC Milan, I mean, they're going to be hard to stop. Can they win the Europa League? Leg 1 of Bayer Leverkusen versus West Ham. Let's see what happens. Who takes the lead? It's going to be Bayer Leverkusen. 2-1 over West Ham. And now leg 2. West Ham is down. Are we going to have another Bayer Leverkusen versus AC Milan semi-final? Let's find out. 4-3 on aggregate for Bayer Leverkusen. It is once again Bayer Leverkusen versus AC Milan. Benfica versus Marseille, leg 1 of sim number 4. Marseille does have Benfica's number so far. Let's see what happens in leg 1. Nothing. It's all even going into leg number 2. Leg number 2, can Benfica go to another Europa League semi-final? Let's find out. Yes, they can. Rafa and Cabral, and Benfica takes care of Marseille. And now quarterfinal number 4 of sim number 4, Atalanta versus Liverpool. Atalanta is 0-3 against Liverpool so far. Can they possibly do something? Oh, Atalanta take a lead in leg 1, 2-1. Lookman and Koopmeiners score. And to make matters even worse, Trent picked up a red card in leg number 1. So someone else is going to have to come in and play there. 2-1 for Atalanta. As long as they don't mess it up, Atalanta. Atalanta pulls it off finally. Liverpool is eliminated on the 4th attempt. Leg 1 of semi-final number 1 of sim number 4, Bayer Leverkusen versus AC Milan. Who is going to take this lead? Nobody. And Giroud missed a penalty in the 85th minute. It is all up for grabs here to go to the final. Bayer Leverkusen, I'm kind of counting on them. They haven't beaten AC Milan once yet. Can they do it this time around? No, they can't. No, they cannot. What just happened? AC Milan is going to a Europa League final once again, and Bayer Leverkusen is eliminated in the semi-finals once again. And now the other semi-final of sim number 4, Atalanta versus Benfica. We're gonna have a completely different final because one of these clubs is gonna go to the final. Let's find out what happens in leg 1. 3-1 for Benfica. Leg number 2, Atalanta needs a miracle here. They're down by 2 goals. Can they make a comeback here? What happens? No, they cannot. Benfica 5-3 on aggregate. They are going to their first final in this video. All right, here we go. Benfica versus AC Milan in sim number 4 final. Remember that AC Milan has been to 2 finals already in this video and have lost both to Liverpool. Are they going to go 0-3 in the finals, or maybe Benfica can break their curse? Let's find out. 1 game, 1 match. AC Milan are Europa League champions. The Bella Gutman curse continues. It was Loftus-Cheek, it was Giroud, and it was Christian Pulisic with the goals. Angel Di Maria scored in the 31st minute, and João Mario missed another penalty in the 9th minute. AC Milan are your Sim 4 Europa League champions. All right, guys, the start of Sim number 5, the last one, AC Milan versus Roma, the first quarterfinal, leg 1. Let's see what happens. Can AC Milan do it? Yes, they can in the first leg. 4-1, and Roma is an utter shock here. They only got by AC Milan once so far, and it doesn't look like gonna do it in sim number 5. Leg number 2 for Roma. They're down by 3. Can they make a miracle comeback? No, they got absolutely destroyed. 6-2 on aggregate for AC Milan. They're off again to another semi-final. Bayer Leverkusen versus West Ham. So far, Bayer Leverkusen has had West Ham's number. It is 3-1 for Bayer Leverkusen. What happens in leg number 1 of sim number 5? 2-0, Xabi Alonso. Tella and Patrick Schick score. West Ham has some work to do in leg number 2. Leg number 2, can West Ham come back, or are we gonna have another Bayer Leverkusen versus AC Milan semi-final? What's gonna happen here? West Ham get hammered. See what I did there? 5-1 on aggregate, 3-1 in the second leg. Sim number 5, Bayer Leverkusen versus AC Milan yet again in the semis. Quarterfinal number 3 of sim number 5, Benfica versus Marseille, leg 1. Who takes the lead? Nobody takes the lead. Every single time I ask who takes the lead, it's always a draw for some reason. I'll tell you what, I have really enjoyed this Marseille versus Benfica matchup. It's just been up and down, up and down. Sometimes it's Benfica, sometimes it's Marseille. It is 1-1 in sim number 5. Who wins sim number 5? Marseille wins it this time. 4-3 on aggregate, and Dye scores in the 76th minute. Marseille is off to the last dance, the last 4. And now, of course, Liverpool versus Atalanta. Liverpool is leading 3-1 here. Atalanta did win the last matchup. Can they do it again? I would say probably not. Let's see what happens in leg 1. 3-2 for Liverpool. It was closer than I expected. To be fair, it was 3-1, and then Pasalic scored in the 85th minute to make it a little bit more close and competitive and give Atalanta possibly some hope in leg number 2. Is there a comeback on the cards for Atalanta in leg number 2 of sim number 5? They are down by 1 goal. What happens here? Liverpool, they shock them. They got them. Maybe not shock them. It's not really a shock. 1-0 in the second leg. 4-2 on aggregate. Liverpool is going back to the semis. All right, so for the 4th time in 5 sims, it is a semi-final of Bayer versus Milan. Bayer Leverkusen has not been able to beat them even once. Let's see what happens in leg number 1. 2-1 for AC Milan. I mean, it's just not happening for Xabi, man. It's not happening. Leg number 2. Can Bayer Leverkusen come back? Is it gonna happen for them? It's not. It's just not happening. Bayer Leverkusen cannot get by AC Milan. AC Milan is off yet to another final. And who will face AC Milan in the final of sim number 5? Liverpool or Marseille? Leg 1, Liverpool versus Marseille. Who takes the lead? lead here. Liverpool takes the lead 3-2. Will we have another Liverpool versus AC Milan final here? Liverpool is up. Just don't mess it up, Jurgen Klopp. Don't mess it up. What happens? 5-4 on aggregate, 2-2 in the second leg. Liverpool go to another Europa League final, and we are going to have a classic. Liverpool versus AC Milan final in sim number 5. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is Liverpool versus AC Milan at the Parc des Princes. For some reason, I couldn't put the Wembley Stadium because while you're watching, you can't pick the Wembley Stadium. You can only pick it when you're simming. But AC Milan is under attack already, and oh my. What just happened? Luis Diaz just scored 2.5 minutes in. I was gonna say Liverpool is in their red, AC Milan is in their white with the red stripe. And there goes Luis Diaz. 1-0 for Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. Down the left-hand side to Rafael Leao. In the box. Inside. Nice pass. Oh my, Virgil. Virgil puts out a leg. A last-ditch effort, guys. A last-ditch effort. Hernandez into the box. Giroud tries to turn and shoot. There's no space. Ball roll by Theo. Still holding possession. Still holding on to the ball. We're approaching halftime. Getting close and close. Reinders again. Giroud turns, passes, Pulisic saved by Alisson once again. Alisson has been the man of the match so far in this first half. Konate, Liverpool has no interest of going forward. They've scored the goal, they're content, but they really shouldn't sit back. AC Milan has had opportunities already. You can see that they know how to score. They can make you pay. Mo Salah, though. Mo Salah going forward. Oh, he's stopped at the last second. We are in stoppage time. Is it going to be 1-0 at half? The ref's not blowing the whistle. Pulisic trying to get by Virgil van Dijk. That's never going to happen. Robertson. Ref. There it is. 1-0 Liverpool. Well, all right. Here we go. The last 45. Liverpool has won it several times already. They've won it once, 2, 3 times. 3 times. The only other winner we had was AC Milan here in sim number 4. Diaz. Inside. McAllister now. McAllister does well. Oh my, McAllister does so well, and they're gonna call that back. They will call that one back. Diogo Jota is being prepared for Darwin Nunez. Klopp takes off Darwin, and Jota comes on, and Trent, of course, he's gonna step over this ball. Can Trent do something phenomenal here? Maybe it will be Szoboszlai. Who will it be? It will be Trent. Ah! Are you kidding me? That was close. That wasn't far. Pulisic going forward. Nice cross into the box. Konate out. Jones out. Jota. Jones. Oh my. Oh my, my. Luis Diaz still on the field, still causing problems. Reinders. He's playing as like a third striker now. Look at the passes. Look at the players going forward. Reinders, you got to make a pass here. We're in stoppage time. This could be it. Nothing. That's it! That is it! 4 out of 5 seasons, Liverpool won the Europa League, and the other one was AC Milan. But the only reason that they won it, as I'm looking at my notes, is because Liverpool in season number 4 did not go to the Europa League final. They were upset, as you remember, by Atalanta. It would be cool to see Liverpool win the Europa League as Trent and Mo Salah step up. But I'm very, very disappointed in Bayer Leverkusen in this video. I expected way more from them. I really, really did. They actually did not go to a single final. West Ham went to a final in sim number 2, but Bayer Leverkusen, they just couldn't get by AC Milan. Virgil van Dijk, 4 out of 5 sims. It is Liverpool. Also, congratulations to AC Milan. I mean, they went to a couple of finals, but they just kept on losing every single one. They won the one where Liverpool didn't go there. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other cool ideas that you want to see on the channel, please comment them down below. I really appreciate all of you, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Jurgen Klopp, according to FC24, is the favorite, and Liverpool are the favorite. They're going to have a wonderful send-off for him with hopefully a Europa League trophy. You never know. Liverpool. Peace, peace, peace.